a weird one, say it loud and make us choose. A little laugh, a little dread. We chase the what if round our heads. Would you rather? What if you could? Say it quick. No good options. No good options. Hey, would you rather? What if you could? We make it weird like you knew we would. What's your answer? Tell us quick. No good.
Hello and welcome to No Good Options, a podcast where we ask the what if you could, and the would you rather questions that are just begging to be asked. Each episode, we bring a different scenario to ask each other, ranging from the absurd to the surprisingly thought-provoking. I'm your host, Darren, and with me today is my co-host,
Sam.
and our guest,
Pete.
So let's kick things off with, let's go with me first this time. So, what if everyone could see, I don't know if I want to go with that one. Yeah, I do.
What if everyone could see? I think everyone already can see. That's not much
That's
of a big
so
one,
ableist.
actually. I think if we could see, everything would be the same.
I'm going to go with, what if you could see a number over everyone's head, and that number was how much they liked you? On a scale of 1 to 100.
Ooh, that's tough. Do I know immediately, or do I have to work it out? So I wake up one day, see numbers above everyone's head, and I'm trying to figure out. It takes me like a couple days. Like, I'm wondering how long it would take me to work out that the number meant how much they liked me.
First thing, what would your natural instinct be if you suddenly saw numbers on people's head? What would you start?
Like,
what?
honestly, my first instinct is I must be going crazy. I'm going to have to wait a minute just to see whether it passes. And if it doesn't pass within 10 minutes, I'm probably phoning 111 or going to A&E to check myself in.
So what would that phone call sound like, Sam? Take us through it.
It's just like,
Do you,
hey.
want, do you want one of us to play the phone operator?
Yeah. If you want to go phone operator.
Do you want to go phone operator, Pete?
Go on. It's just I'm phoning it up. You're opening.
Do you want to do
Hello, you computer 111. How can we help?
You've completely missed the dial,
The beep.
It's like beep, beep, beep.
I'll do the bring.
So yeah, it'll just be like,
You pick up the phone, Sam.
beep, beep, beep.
Bring.
Hello, you computer 111. How can we help?
Hi, this could be a crazy question. I have not taken any drugs, but I am seeing numbers above everyone's head. Is this something that I should go to immediately to A&E? Can this wait for a GP appointment?
Is it a recent thing?
Yeah. I woke up this morning.
This morning, okay. Do you know, to your knowledge, have you hit your head or had any kind of injury?
Nope, no problems at all. Just I'm seeing numbers. Everyone's is quite different. If I start talking to someone for too long, it does start going down.
Okay. And are they different coloured numbers?
Oh, yes. So these numbers, obviously the lower it is, the more red it is.
I think what we do is you should come in and see somebody because that's not really normal. So we'll get a call back from one of our doctors. But in the meantime, I would like you to sort of maybe get ready because I think we're going to try and get either an ambulance to you or for you to go into
because
A&E.
I'm seeing the number over the phone while I'm talking to you now, and I'm assuming that's your number. It's going down quite a lot. Why is it? I didn't know they could go minuses. What are you going to do to me?
First thing is, Pete, you have got a new occupation right there.
That script is down.
I thought, I wonder where he'll go with this, and you went so sincere with it.
Yeah, I went straight
I
in.
thought,
Yeah.
This guy
I think that comes
cares.
from call centre work for the first 10 years of my working career. I flipped straight back into
Yeah,
it.
I
you were
genuinely
in there.
thought Sam was going to get a call from a real doctor. That's how convinced I was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's
I guess-
assume that whole thing is an irrelevant part of it.
Yeah,
And you
because
know
otherwise
instantly.
my first year is going through psychiatric appointments. So I wake up with the knowledge, I know what the numbers are. I've had a dream and a mysterious entity has come down and said, I'm giving you a gift.
You've taken a magic pill. A doctor gave you a pill and said, if you
that's
take this
nice.
pill,
You can see numbers
you can
above
see
people's
what
head.
people really think of you, how much they like you from a scale of 1 to 100. They've given you a pill and you've gone, yes, I want this pill. I mean, do you want the pill?
Do I want the pill? That's our opening question. And I think I do take the pill, even if I know it probably will make my life worse. Because that's going to be difficult. You see your parents and their numbers are way lower than you thought they were going to be. That's a difficult thing to come back from.
First thing, so I don't think I'd take the pill. If I've got the choice, no.
I mean, if you take the pill, would it change your mind of you taking the pill if they knew you could see the number or they didn't know you could see the number?
See, I was assuming that they just wouldn't know unless I told them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I feel like you can't manually make yourself like someone. So what I think ends up happening is if I don't like the person who's got the pill and they know that I don't like them, I'm not following a lot of the normal politeness rules because they know I don't like them. I don't need to pretend. I cannot pretend.
Yeah, good point.
So it sort of gets to the point where I don't do any extra social niceties and smile and nod and listen.
So
or
I
whatever
do
you're meant
like
to
the
do.
fact that you don't know, because that's the way I kind of thought
Yeah.
about it when I thought of the question, that they don't know that you know.
Yeah.
So it is a complete, like, people have been really false with you and you're like, yeah, you don't like me at all. You're in single digits.
What do you do, Pete, if you're forced into it? So the doctor is like, hey, here's some like normal painkillers. You take the pill, and they're like, haha, got you. You're part of this medical experiment now.
I would be very unhappy. But
Wait, no, but would it change your mind if the number above the doctor's head was 100? Like, they really liked you and they really thought they were doing you a favour.
To be fair, no, it wouldn't. But I think I'd prefer it if I just woke up with it, to be honest.
Okay, fair.
And I don't think I'd like it.
Are you changing how you act around other people to try and get their numbers going up? Or are you just accepting the numbers are what they are? I'm going to keep being me.
I don't know. Sometimes I can be a little bit neurotic, so I'll be kind of like,
Oh, you'd call people out.
maybe, yeah.
Ooh.
Listen, you're being really nice to me, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that you actually hate me. Like, if you were to rate me 1 to 100, let's just say you were rating me, I feel like we're around about 5 right now. Yeah. Why is that? You'd be like that.
Also, as you say, it could turn into sort of somebody's figures are always like 40s. What's the point in even interacting with you? But what if they're at work and you have to, or stuff like that? And do they get to see what your number is as well? Or
If
is
they've
it just
taken the
purely
pill.
one way?
I mean, actually, that'd be. Oh my god, I'd pay for this to happen. For every customer you get to be able to see what you really think of them through a number.
Ooh.
I love everybody. I think it would just be, because as you say, you can't fake it. So you'd have that pleasant demeanor, you'd have that sort of smile. But what you really thought inside is going to denote what your number is. So it's a case of,
What would you consider as a good number? Like, if someone was a 50, would you be like, yeah, I can live with that? At what point do you go, oh, I hate this person?
So I was about to ask the question about what this range means, because is a 0, they're immediately about to murder me. Like, outright, I disgust them and they want me gone from the face of the earth. Like, how bad is 0? And is 100, like, we will die for this person?
Yeah, 0 is definitely nemesis territory. They hate you. I'm not going to say they're going to kill you, because not everyone is going to do that, but they could want you dead without actually killing you.
Yeah, this is kind of like 0 is dark alley, no witnesses, they just need to hit a button. There's a good chance they would hit the button and just kill you, kind of thing.
100%,
but
yeah, that's
they're not
0.
going to just go into a murderous rage whenever they see
no,
you.
no.
Okay.
They loathe you that much that they can't stand the sight of you. They don't want to be in the same room as you. Similar to our relationship, Sam. But then 100, 100 is absolutely devoted to you. So, you know, what score do you think I can live with that? It's low, but I accept it. And what point do you then start going, wow, you're a douche? That's really low.
I think it would depend on how well you know the person, right? Because if I meet a stranger, 50%, or it depends on kind of like what the banding, is there a kind of like banding system, that you can categorize it and put it in. But yeah, if we're all really good mates, it's like, oh, well, I thought it'd be like 80s or 90s.
Yeah,
I'm
is
like 65. That's like, oh, but that could just be high as that it's going to go unless you're like friendly and your family or whatever.
Yeah, I think I wholly agree that it's dependent on your relationship. Because if a stranger on a street is sitting at like 10 to 20 with me, I do not care at all. Like, getting below 10 where they might actually hurt me, then I've got like, I'm a little bit jumpy, it's a little bit problem, maybe I avoid them. But apart from that, yeah, I think like 50s is good for your average acquaintances, and then you'd hope to be somewhere to like 60 to 80 range for most of your friends.
Because I'd say like meeting a stranger, it should be 50 because they don't know you either way, so it shouldn't necessarily be any.
But imagine meeting somebody new, that first impression. So you go on a date and you meet them, you sit down at the restaurant, and all you're doing is watching that number. And as you're talking for the first time and getting to know each other, all you're doing is looking at the number going up or down, judging how well this date's going. You know, how do you even operate in that environment?
Hey, my eyes are down here.
It'll become sort of like you'll become numb to it. So for weeks, months, maybe year or so, you'll be hyper focused on it, and then I think it'll just blow into the background, and you won't care because you've tried to. You'll have tried to change the way that you treat people or talk to people, and how do you do it to experiment whether it goes up and down or to change it, and then sometimes it's just or you'll just stop seeing it.
I would put forward that we actually have quite a similar thing that already exists in social media. You put out a post and you count how many likes that you get, and then you try and get more and more likes. You start tweaking what you're putting out, what photos you're putting out, what captions you add in.
Yeah.
So we already have a system where you literally get to look at a number for how many strangers like you.
So in your friend group, at what point, what number would they need to be in your friend group for you to go, yeah, actually, I'm not going to associate with you anymore, that you clearly don't like me?
I think it does depend on how they're acting, because like you can have friends in a group who don't like each other, but as long as it doesn't affect the rest of the group and everyone else still likes each of the individuals, I think that's fine. I think you can function like that.
That's very mature.
Well, this is how me and you operate. Everyone else in our friendship group likes each other.
I mean, he's got you there, to be honest. Yeah.
True.
How much changes if everyone can see everyone else's number?
I think that changes a lot. I think it does at first, because then people might be devastated that they're not higher or whatever else. You'll have some people that really don't care, but a lot of people, I think, will be like, I thought we were mates. Why aren't we? And it'd lead to a lot of awkwardness, I think, to start off with. But then I think it would shift that you'd stop hanging around with those people or trying to please them because they don't like you. So move on and to find somebody that you might find your tribe.
Friend circles would really reduce.
Yes, they would get a lot harder. I feel like a lot of the service industry could go through some very, very rocky patches with customers complaining, going like, that waiter gave me a 20 in like, how dare you? I want you to fire him and hire people who actually like serving customers. Yeah.
I know, but then sort of like, if you're that guy at the table where everybody hates you and everybody else is kind of getting good numbers, hopefully it'll force them to look into themselves and go, why am I that guy?
I could just imagine that. You being in a restaurant with a group of people and that one person who goes, sorry, can I speak to the manager, please? And everyone who's with her, the number just plummets at that second. Yeah. And everyone's put a fake smile on the face, but the numbers are all like 5.
I wonder how much it helps some people's anxiety. So, for instance, there's a lot of people who get incredibly self-conscious where they're at like a cash machine or they're at the end of a queue and they think everyone behind them really hates them. And I don't know about everybody else, but I don't really tend to care too much. I don't really focus too much on the person in front. And I wonder if those instances, their anxiety would go down when they look behind them and just see a bunch of 50s, like nobody cares one way or the other that they're taking the time to do this.
That could really help people.
I think it can, but also it's like, it depends on different emotions, right? Because you can be in a real hurry. You have got 2 minutes, and for whatever reason, you've got to post this parcel, this letter or whatever. And the person in front, no fault of their own,
nobody's posting,
is taking forever. And you could just be like, at that moment in time, dislike that person. If they look round and they'll be like, you'll see that you're in like 20s, 30s. It's not you, it's me. I know that I'm feeling...
Oh my God, it's not you, it's me. In relationships, as part of the breakup, that would be...
Yeah. Although, actually, how many more healthy relationships are there when people are calling it quits when they should, rather than like holding out and it's going to be holding out?
Well, imagine on that first date scenario, the date's gone really well. You've got them up to like an 80 and 90, and you're thinking, this is going well. Do you want to come back mine for a coffee? And then you slowly start to take a piece of clothing off. So like you take your shirt off, she looks you up and down, and then suddenly it drops to 70, and you're thinking, do I carry on undressing? She still likes me a bit. Do I carry on? Or it's gone backwards because of my physical appearance. This feels bad. So you're like, I'll now take a sock off instead of anything that's going to show anything.
Oh my God.
Just to see how this goes. The sock comes off and it drops a little bit more, and you're thinking, do I take the other sock off?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the problem is that you've gone shirt to sock there.
I like to keep my socks on. But it's that'd be really soul destroying. You could get really body conscious over that.
So, because the other follow-up is, individuals who are like racist or sexist or like other problems such as that, but they treat everyone the same, their actions are fine, but everyone knows that they are, because everyone who comes in with an ethnicity that person doesn't like, they know that their number is low, and they talk to each other and they get absolute hard proof that this person is racist. Should they be disciplined for that because they're not acting on it, but everyone knows that they're thinking it unequivocally? Because at the minute, the only way that you truly know someone is doing that is because they will say something or they will act in a certain way. and then very reasonably they get repercussions for those actions.
The principle of it I don't like because it's like thought crimes. and
Yes,
stuff
it's very
like that.
thought police like.
But if it becomes a social norm that this is happening and you can prove it, you already see that an opinion on social media or whatever that doesn't necessarily align with the company's opinion or way, you get disciplined or fined for it. So I think if this became a social norm, that would start happening. I reckon it would.
And that feels like a good point to move on. So let's go to you next, Sam.
Okay. You wake up one morning, mysterious entity has come to you in the night and gone, tomorrow, when you wake up, every luck-based superstition will become real. So the idea, you've got lucky horseshoes, you're carrying a 4-leaf clover, that's lucky, you break a mirror, you're getting bad luck. All of these stack on top of each other, like you cross a black cat in the street, you're getting unlucky. What are you doing that first day?
Farming rabbits for the feet.
Farming rabbits for the feet, like you're getting in on the rabbit deal.
Oh, 100%.
Is it just you? Or is
No.
it the
So
population
this
at
is
large?
global, but you are the only person being given a heads up for this. Like, how many people are you telling, or are you just quietly buying up rabbit farms, knowing that they're going to become huge and do some insider trading? Or do you try and get it out there as quickly as possible? Because how many people are going to accidentally break a mirror, accidentally walk under ladders? Like, before we realize what the problem is, a lot of people are getting a lot of bad luck if you hold off telling people.
So is a rabbit foot lucky if it's been farmed?
Yes. So this is like, they don't care how it happens. You can mass manufacture horseshoes and it's still considered lucky.
See, I have a fundamental problem with your whole question. Once you get good luck,
Yep.
so, you have a rabbit's foot or, you've found a 4-leaf clover or something like that, it would be unlucky to then get bad luck.
Yes, it would.
So you would forever have good luck.
Yeah. I mean, luck is still, it puts the thumb on the scale. Bad things can still happen to you. It's just much, much, much less likely.
But that'd be unlucky, so it wouldn't happen.
It's not unlucky in terms of you just increase your luck amount. It's like you get a luck value assigned to you. So let's say you've
it's
got
like
20.
a currency.
Yes, it's like a 20% luck means that good things are 20% more likely to happen to you, and bad things are 20% less likely to happen to
So
you.
I'm going to get a lucky dip on the lottery at least.
So this is sort of where it comes from, because yes, it's very lucky for you to like win the lottery, but everyone who owns the lottery is very unlucky if a load of people win the lottery.
Oh, I'm
every
not winning
week.
the lottery. I'm just winning a lucky dip.
Like just the little lucky dip.
Yeah, wait.
Which lets you a ticket onto the next week.
Yes. Yeah.
Go on, Pete. What are you thinking?
I honestly think that I'm hoarding horseshoes or clovers or something, and I'm going to get a stack of cash.
Where are you getting all the horseshoes from?
I don't know. I'm just going to go out. I'll find them.
Yeah, there'll be horseshoe salespeople.
Yeah,
I bet you can buy them online.
Yeah, absolutely. Horses have 4 of them, so I'm not advocating that people go and nick them.
Yeah, I was going to say, out of all the things that can give you good luck, horseshoes is probably one of the easiest, if not maybe the easiest, especially compared to like 4-leaf clovers.
Yeah.
Those are more difficult to like buy online.
Yeah, but if you've already got a bit of luck, your chances of finding another 4-leaf clover at that point.
It's
Yeah,
exponential.
certainly go on. Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and then I'm going to get a stack of cash so that I know that me, my family, my friends all can be taken care of and good, and then let the world know.
You're going to let the world know.
I reckon, yeah.
How do you let the world know? Is this just you post on Facebook? You try and get on the news?
Social media, news, radio, yeah.
And they would believe you.
Probably not, but
It would take.
I would
a
be quite
long
lucky. It
time.
would be quite lucky for them to believe me, right? And I've now at this point
Would
got
it?
quite
Yeah.
a lot of luck.
Would it be lucky for them to believe you?
I reckon so.
It wouldn't be lucky for you because now they're getting in on your luck.
Well, maybe.
This just raised the question of like, is luck achieving your goals, no matter what they are, or is luck simply good things happening to you and it doesn't affect things that are like net neutral? But I would put forward that if you become the first voice who figured out that luck just became real,
Yeah.
you would go down in the history books. You would be alongside Neil Armstrong and Galileo in the history books for discovering that luck has become real.
I do feel that there'll be some, if you've got that heads up, I feel like you need to do something to help the rest of the world, because there will be evil people that figure it out, because if it's just manifest, but you've got the heads up.
They don't need to figure it out. You've told them all on social
Well,
media.
that's it. They'll figure it out, and then they will try and do stuff for evil. So if you can make something, good and be, become a philanthropist and whatever. So get some kind of, whether it's wealth or a vehicle or something, and then do what you can to then give it out, give the population the world.
No, I'd be far more evil.
I feel like you would run into a real risk of those in power trying to stop as many people as possible getting any amount of luck. Bearing in mind that luck becomes relative. So the idea is that if everyone has a horseshoe and a four-leaf clover and a rabbit's foot, then no one is really all that lucky.
It's just a 20% more likely to have something better happen to them.
By like pure random chance, but a lot of random chances, like you find £20 on the street, someone else got unlucky to drop £20 into the street.
But then that's where you kind of get in that cycle of once you've got bad luck, your bad luck will always keep you having bad luck. Mm-hmm. If you have good luck, your good luck will always keep you having good luck.
Yeah, it will.
So
100% true. Until those with good luck desire those with bad luck to start getting good luck. And then, their good luck can counteract a little bit. But of course, you've got the same problem of like your average dictator loads up on every single lucky item there is and then works as hard as possible to start mandating that every year each citizen must break a mirror so that they keep their citizens look quite low and they get to stay in power.
So this isn't the first time, Sam,
that I've switched to dictatorships.
Yeah, that you've gone from taking something which could be quite nice into the government just ruling with an iron fist.
It's a real risk. And I feel like too many times power can go to the few if it is not democratized quickly enough.
I am just going to be quite happy living on my new little rabbit farm, breeding and slaughtering rabbits for the feet.
Of course, the real question is, does it need to be an amputated rabbit's foot for it to be lucky? Or is it very hard for you to get hold of rabbit's feet because every rabbit's got 4 rabbit's feet already worth of luck?
Well, not the ones I've keeping.
Does it just count for humans or does it count for animals as well?
I would say in the scenario, it's going to count for like everyone.
I mean,
but
the rabbit ain't that lucky, is it, if he's had his feet cut off?
But you only benefit from each thing once. So rabbits don't get 4 lots of lucky rabbit's feet. Like if you pile up 50 rabbit's feet in every part of your body and in every pocket, you're only getting the benefit of 1 worth of rabbit's feet.
Okay.
So all you really need is to somehow make like a black cat cross the rabbit farm very regularly so that they are constantly crossing the path of a black cat.
What I'd do is at the shop, I'd employ a black cat to, as people walk out with the rabbit foot, a black cat would be trained to go across them. So then they have to come back in and get a second one.
It doesn't counteract it. Like the second one wouldn't help them. They've just got a permanent miasma of bad luck from the rabbit cat.
No, you just give them rabbit foot back. You just have a box like,
Returns. It's used up.
Yeah. And then you sell them another one.
What's the superstition that would have the biggest impact day to day?
I think maybe magpies. Saluting magpies when you see one.
That's a big problem while driving. Suddenly you've got to take a hand off the wheel, start looking at magpies to salute.
Which, of course, we never do.
No, of course, we couldn't. Well, they'd have to change the law. But it's the idea of having to be forced to salute a magpie. You're driving down the M1. If you don't spot that magpie, suddenly you've got bad luck.
If you don't spot him, it doesn't count.
It 100% counts.
It can't. We're currently sitting...
That's a good point there, right? Because, I mean, what kind of radius are you looking at? Because you say you don't see it, but what if it's just over a little hillock?
Oh, I feel like you need at least direct line of sight.
Okay.
It needs to be possible for you to see it. Also, because when you're saying like not seeing it, I think your eyes will glance over it, but you won't notice that it's a magpie. Like a magpie sitting in a tree, you've technically looked at a magpie, you've not realised you've looked at a magpie.
Yeah, unless you acknowledge the fact you've seen a magpie, you've not seen a magpie.
Fair enough. But if you're driving down the road, you can still see birds while you're driving. So if you see a magpie while you're driving, you have to salute it or you get bad luck. Is there a certain number of magpies you've got to salute, or is it just every magpie?
Do we remember the rhyme as well?
Do we, as a government, not as a government, but the UK and every major government starts culling magpies to extinction because they are now an actual hazard to humans?
Well, no, because isn't it like 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy? 3 for a boy, 4 for a girl. Yeah. If we're just talking like luck based,
yeah, of course,
then you might need just to have permanently 2. Like there's permanently ravens at the Tower of London. Maybe there just needs to be permanent pairing of magpies everywhere.
All I'm going to say is I'm doing my part. I'm farming all the rabbits.
Yeah.
Someone else needs to take on the magpies. I can't do all the heavy lifting. Someone's got to come to the party and call the magpies.
Someone's got to do it.
So, yeah.
I was hoping one of you'd be in that with me, but no.
No, I'd really stay away from culling.
You've missed out on some good culling.
I'm trying to think of the other bad luck things, like opening an umbrella indoors. That's not a big problem. New shoes on a table. Never doing that. I don't think that's going to affect anything when people stop doing it. This would be part of the research that I would hope universities would start deep diving into the research of how much luck each thing gives you. How far can you push each thing? Like, you're walking under a ladder, that's bad luck. If you're walking under a step stool, like you crawl under a step stool, is that bad? If I somersault under a ladder, I've not walked under a ladder, am I okay?
Yeah. If it's 20-runged ladder versus a 50-runged ladder, do you get more bad luck? Because
These are the questions we need to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, are there any superstitions that you are absolutely religious about today?
Honestly, no. There's not a single one. As a family, we send each other white rabbits on the 1st of every month, which is meant to be good luck. But that's mostly just a fun way to check in with family rather than genuinely believing that it's going to give me good luck when I do it.
See, in my farm, I could send you a real white rabbit. It'll be dead because I've cut its feet off, but I'll send it you anyway.
That is horrific. I feel like that does not in the spirit of saying white rabbits on the 1st of the month for good luck.
So me and my sister have one which we are really bad with, and it's walking on manhole covers. So when you're walking down the street and you've got 2, if you walk on 2, that's lucky. If you walk on 3, you have to say mushrooms, or it's bad luck.
What about 1?
1's fine. I don't think there's
Doesn't count.
No,
Not enough magic in it.
No. The magic builds, the more there is. So 2's just enough magic. 3's too much magic, and it turns bad. So I mean, there's no magic. It's just a grid. You never heard of that?
I've also never heard.
This might just be my sister. My whole life has just been teasing me, and it's not even a real thing.
Because this is the immediate obvious next question. What happens with 4?
With 4, I think the magic's disappeared by 4. I don't know. 4's never been a problem.
It's never been a thing.
Yeah, but it's always been.
Because you've never stepped on 3, because why would you?
So I do step on 3 if I've not been looking and I realise it, and then that's why you go mushrooms to counteract it. I don't run across the pavement to step on a 2 or to avoid a 3.
Yeah.
I will walk around a 3, but because I know I've got the magic words mushrooms to deactivate it, and I'm okay. The more I say it, the more I think she's played a blinder. For 35 years, she's been drilling that into my head. She has played an absolute blinder.
I think we need to call the sister and find out what's going on.
Oh, yeah, if it's true.
Yeah.
It is not true, is it? And I've just been done. My whole life, I've just been done.
Maybe it's a regional thing.
Could be regional. Could be that your sister is also a victim of the fallacy.
Oh
if
my
it is a
God.
fallacy.
Your parents could have been doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Someone
God.
else is messing with her, and they've not realised how far this has spread.
Some families pass down heirlooms and pass down nice stories. We've passed down a tradition which doesn't mean anything.
I like to think that your great grandparents found a bar of gold behind 2 manhole covers and said that was luck. And then while they were carrying it, fell down a row of 3 manhole covers, dictated that was bad luck. And they saw some mushrooms and started shouting mushroom before they got rescued. And then they just had to pass that down as a absolute fact. This is going to happen every single time. It's happened once. That's it. Never again.
I need this to be an origin story.
It's all believable apart from the mushrooms part, how you incorporate the mushrooms part.
Yeah, that one was trickier.
That's the bit that makes me think I've definitely been had.
Maybe they were tripping on mushrooms at the time, and then they realised it for whatever reason, standing on that 3rd manhole cover.
Or your grandmother was the one that fell in the hole, and your great-great-great-grandfather. It was your great-great-grandmother.
That was his nickname for her.
That was
Or
his
mushrooms.
nickname. It was just mushrooms, down here, mushrooms.
We need to know, damn it.
We need this to be fact. It's going to be added to the list. What if luck becomes real and we don't know about this? It's a huge blind spot.
Well, you don't know about it, but I do, and I've been serving that one my whole life, so I'm safe. So, final one, over to you, Pete.
Okay. Would you rather be able to stop time or be able to see into the future 2 minutes? You could do this anytime you want. Stopping so you can do it anytime you want for as long as you want.
So, is this I see exactly 2 minutes into the future or up to 2 minutes into the future?
Exactly 2 minutes. But it's something like you can be like, I wish that I could see into the future. And then you would see that. And then until you said, no longer wish to see into the future, you could stop it. So I suppose you could be at the roulette wheel table or whatever. And then in sort of time yourself and you'd know what numbers were coming up and stuff like that.
Nice. Because then my next question is for time stopped, everything you touch, time unstops for the things that you touch. How are you working with photons coming from the sun? Is everything super dark until I move forward?
We'll go with the traditional sci-fi stuff where sort of stuff still works somehow. There is light. You can still see.
You can still breathe even though none of the air particles
Yeah.
are moving into the vacuum when you breathe in.
Yeah.
See, what you soon realise, Pete, is when we have a fictitious, hypothetical scenario, Sam looks for the science in it. Because the scenario itself clearly isn't the issue. It's the science around it which is the issue.
Do I still age in stopped
Yes.
time? Okay,
How
so if
long-
I stop time for a decade, I'm a decade older and everyone else is fine.
How long
Okay.
can you stop it for?
Until you want to unstop it.
Oh, I mean, I'd go for stopping time. I think that'd be far more useful than seeing because to see 2 minutes in the future, yes, you could make a lot of money on a roulette table, but you'd have to know that something's going to happen, or you're in a situation where you think, I'm not sure how this might turn out, so now I'm going to do it. And 2 minutes, you don't have a lot of time
No.
to perhaps reverse it or to change the course. You can stop time. You can physically, this situation, I've just crashed my car. It's just about to roll. Stop time, get out of it and let the car finish off rolling.
Ooh, when you stop time in
Yeah.
your crashed car,
Uh-huh.
do you keep your momentum or does your momentum stop? Because I'm in the car's rolling down the hill, I stop time, and then suddenly, and I'm hitting the side at the force that I was rolling.
With no airbags now because you've
No
stopped.
airbags because you've stopped all the airbags from deploying.
Oh, that's a very good question. I would say your momentum is stopped. It's
Okay,
arrested.
yeah, that's
so
fair.
you could be going down the motorway at 8 mile an hour and you'd stop time.
Yeah,
You
can
wouldn't
get
then
out,
just slam into the
You're not
steering
slamming
wheel.
into the front. You
Yeah.
stop. You can get out. You can look around at the
Yeah.
cars that are moving. Okay. And then if I'm moving something that has momentum, so I get out and then I start trying to push a car that's going 80 miles an hour, but it stops time.
Yes. So, for instance, I've stopped time now. I'm thirsty. I pick up this glass of water. I'm still able to imbibe it and still able to drink, stuff like that.
Okay, fantastic.
It's incredibly powerful to be able to stop time compared
So-
to seeing 2 minutes in front.
Because the obvious track is you immediately go to how to make money with these powers, I feel. Is there a way to legally make money with these things? Because your mind can immediately go to, it's very easy to rob a bank, it's very easy to shoplift, but I'm struggling to think of legal, moral ways to make money. What is the moral material difference between stopping time, going to the casino and taking their money, and seeing 2 minutes into the future so you know exactly what the roulette wheel or the blackjack's going to sit on, and taking the equal amount of money just that way instead?
That's a very good question. And I'm just going to choose to ignore it. To be frank, I'm going to just pretend that kind of doesn't exist.
I don't think that's an option. I don't think moral
I
questions.
suppose if we boil it down, then nothing, but it makes me feel better about it.
just
Although the result
degrees
is
of theft.
technically the same.
So is the way around the moral side of things, if you were to do a bit of a Robin Hood kind of scenario, so, steal from people who don't deserve it,
How are you defining who doesn't deserve it?
people who use their money for bad, and then give it to people who are deserving, people who do a lot of volunteer work or support a lot of charity work. If you were giving it to those people, does that then move the morality bit of it?
I mean, personally, absolutely, but I'm very pro redistribution of wealth in general.
What's your thoughts, Darren?
Stopping time.
Yeah.
For me, really easy one. Stopping time. Like I said, I think to see in the future, you've got to know when to see in the future.
Yeah.
That I think is the problem, because you may get to the point where you're constantly doing it.
Yeah.
Every interaction you have with somebody, you're like, I'm just going to see what it's like. And I think you'd lose track on what's real and what's not, because you're constantly living in that cycle of the future.
I mean, how much could you control situations? So obviously 2 minutes isn't a very long time, but let's say I want some information from someone and I have the intention of asking this person, Pete, what's the PIN number to your credit card, for instance?
Yeah.
I would never ask you that normally.
4195.
Putting that straight on the podcast. No fear. But so I have the intention, yes, I'm going to ask you this thing. And then I see your response 2 minutes into the future.
Yeah.
And then I choose just not to actually ask you that question.
Oh, then they go to paradox and causality and stuff.
So it's not so much paradox and causality, so much as I just get to run a lot of what if I did this? I do actually get to find out what the answer would be. And I just choose not to.
You're assuming Pete would tell you what his PIN number is and that, though.
So, and not to get too dark
HSBC
here.
card, I think, you've got it.
Yeah, but not to get too dark here, but I have every intention of stabbing Pete with a knife and threatening him to give me his PIN number. I think he's going to give me his PIN number in that situation. He tells me it, and then I just don't do it. That's just what I've seen in my 2 minute in advance.
So in that scenario, what you're saying is, you have full intention to stab Pete unless he gives you his PIN code. You would have to put Pete's life that much of a risk that he would give it you. Otherwise, you're not seeing 2 minutes in the future of how that scenario would play out, because the scenario isn't there. Unless he's feeling that, unless you've done that and you want to see the consequence of it, how would you know?
So you're seeing what has happened. Not what will happen, but what has happened.
Because here's the follow-up, if that is the situation. I see myself not win at roulette. I see what the number is.
Yeah.
And then I put my money on what the number is. But I've already seen myself
So
not
you've
put
not
money on that
necessarily
number.
seen you winning. You have seen what numbers have come up. What you choose to do with that information then is...
Well, because presumably I'm looking at the whole table, which means I'm looking at what chips
you
are
would
on
know
what
at a
numbers.
certain time this number comes up.
Wait, I just know. I don't see it. It's not like a
You don't
vision.
necessarily... I suppose it depends where you could look. If you're not looking at the whole table, but you know at exactly 22 minutes and 30 seconds past 10 o'clock at night on table 4, number 33 is coming up on the roulette wheel because that's what you are looking at. So then you can decide what to do with that information at the time.
I reckon this is the exact reason why you can't buy lottery tickets for so many hours before the draw, because it's to stop this real
It's to
thing
stop the
happening.
2-minute time travel.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I've realised a very ethical way of using time stop powers as an ambulance service or a first responder. You know, someone phones 999, help, I've been in a car accident, stop time immediately. Travel to them, save them, redo time.
How do you choose who to save?
Well, you're stopping time, so you can theoretically save everyone if you're willing to age horrendously against everyone else.
But it depends where they are and getting to them. Because if you think that all the cars in the road are going to be in the way, you may not be able to travel. You're probably going to have to go on foot or even
motorbike, I
cycling,
suppose,
or
yeah.
possibly.
It does bring its own moral question, though, of who do you save and who you don't save.
Because you have the capacity to save everyone for a short number of years until you age and then you're too old to be able to do it. How many people would you say is acceptable for you to spend your time saving?
I think you've almost got to carry on as normal. If you focused too much on that, it'd be a very lonely existence. And
It is.
all you'd be doing is constantly trying to save people.
But the number can't be 0. You can't walk around with the ability to save anyone.
I mean, I didn't think about it that deep when I came with the question, to be fair.
I do very much enjoy doing this.
I
This is
need an
very
extra
important
hour
to
to
me.
finish tidying up. I'll stop it and do it. Or I need to get this project done. I'll just do it for like little conveniences and stuff here and there.
If we're being real, is the shot being finished even if you can stop time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might not be the first thing that happens, but yeah
Eventually.
yeah. There'll definitely be leaps forward, which time will literally feel like it's skipped for people.
Do you think you lose a lot of your discipline if you could stop time? Because at the minute it's I've got to do my taxes, I've got to fill out this report, I've just got to do it now. And suddenly it becomes, well, actually, I can just do it whenever I want. I can just stop time and go do something else.
I think it requires more discipline because you've got to realise that every minute that you've stopped time is a minute that
You're not getting at the
from the
end.
end that's been taken away.
is
So
true.
whilst you can just sit on a sofa and in your pants reading a book or whatever, you're
you're still getting
taking
old at a
that
certain
away.
level.
So
What happens if you stop time
And die.
and die?
Yeah.
it would, as soon as you die, it would start. going
Okay.
again.
You're not running the risk of just, that's it. The universe is frozen.
No.
Okay,
I'm,
that's good.
I'm not interested in this scenario then.
Oh, now that there's not a universe destroying doomsday scenario.
Yeah, that's really disappointed me now, Pete. I was really hoping that'd be the case.
So it's sort of like your past is sort of like it just remains the same.
Imagine if you spent your whole life doing that. At what point is it physically noticeable to other people that you've aged and they haven't? You know, if you're with your wife day in day out kind of thing, and you've been stopping time all your life, at what point does she go, "You've now got the figure of a 50-year-old instead of a 35-year-old"?
I reckon 5 subjective years becomes like noticeable to your wife.
I think it'll depend on how young you are.
Yes, that's true.
Because I feel like in 5 years' time, I think it'll be a couple of years difference. You'll be able to tell that I'm older. But if I was younger, it's like 22 to 27, yes. But it'd be a bit of a in between.
It's not as big.
Not as big. And depending on how well you're looking after yourself as well.
I also think that most people would just assume that you've started doing drugs. If you're looking like older and more tired and a mill haggard, I don't think people are going, this guy can stop time. I think we're having an intervention about your obvious secret drug use.
You know, when you're out and about and, you know, you talk to people and they tell you your age, and in your head you're thinking, God, they've had a really tough paper round. Maybe they're actually able to stop time.
It could well be secret time stoppers.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't know, right? If it was, as far as we could, this could have lasted 10 years.
If they are, and I'm willing to go on the record for this, if that is true, they are wasting their gift. They could do so much more. Either that or there's like something that we don't even know how terrible it is. Like it turns out that earthquakes and tsunamis and all these natural events are like daily occurrences and they are just stopping time and everything that gets through is just when they're too tired. God, my sleep pattern would be even worse than it is already.
So what would happen if you were having a nightmare? In your nightmare, you stop time. Do you wake up?
Yeah, I would assume that like you stop time and then you just continue your dream as normal, and then you wake up as many minutes later as you normally would. I think that seems fine.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So that's all our scenarios, and that's it for this episode. I've been Darren, and I've been joined by
Sam
and
Pete.
And we've been No Good Options. If you've enjoyed this episode, then make sure you rate us on your podcast platform of choice and share it around. If you want to see your scenarios on a future episode or just want to get in touch, then you can reach us at nogoodoptions@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Like you